Hey everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. So a lot of crazy things going on today. Our long straddles, which we're going to take advantage of volatility, either up or down, all did pretty well today. Great day for a long straddle. We'll be looking at taking some of those off tomorrow because I'm anticipating a gap down tomorrow and then a potential reversal because the trend closed over 2. For long side, if you just like focus on the long side, crude oil here is not only acting really well, but potentially is going to try to break through resistance. So in this market, if you're, again, I think it's a little tougher if you're trying to buy the dip on some of the stocks that are more market sensitive. I would rather buy the dip on a stock that's pegged to, in this case, the price of oil. Of course, you could just buy oil itself. But one what we like here is FANG. So FANG today, this is the one we picked up on the pullback. You've got really good market structure here. Nice little head and shoulders reversal setting up. Plus, it's in a sector that's for the most part, holding up really well in this market environment. Okay, so that's one thing I like there. And of course, there's other ways to play oil as well. USO used to be a pretty popular way. I'm not a huge fan of it anymore because it's such a it's a smaller priced kind of an instrument there. But there certainly are other ways. And of course, you could just buy crude oil futures as well. So that brings up a question: what about natural gas? Natural gas, not so much. All right, it's not on the energy wagon here. And if we look at gasoline, since we're talking about energy, on the other hand, seasonally, this is the time to buy it. Okay, what's going to happen is it rallies into the summer, and then once you hear the headline on CNBC that says, Memorial Day weekend's coming up and people are going to drive, so gas will be good, that's usually the top. All right, so that's kind of how it looks there. And then if we look at the S&Ps here, they did crack in a big way. I'll go into a lot of depth on the market structure into the premium video, but just know that once, so up here above the 618, that's bullish. When you get in between the 50 and the 618, that's neutral, and then you crack it, it's bearish. So at this point, with the squeeze just firing, it opens up the door for a retest of the lows and beyond. With the trend over 2, which is the truly only oversold reading in the market, we do have the opportunity, even though we're down 12 points, I do think we're going to gap down tomorrow. If we can get a situation tomorrow on the internals where the put call can stay over 1, all right, and we had the trend over 2 today, then keep an eye on the ticks. If the 5-period moving average on the 5-minute chart of the TICK, which measures the net buy-sell pressure on the NYSE, can kind of stay above 1, all right, then we're going to rally pretty hard. So that's what to keep on for tomorrow. So one thing I found in this market is that, of course, I've been trading a long time, and I've seen market conditions like this, and anybody that's been trading less than 5 years hasn't really seen this market condition, and so we've had some great dialogues in the trading room. Which is great timing for the event that we're going to be doing this weekend. And I would just say on something like this, if there's something that I don't know, I have found that, and especially in my trading journey, but any part of life, help with your marriage or whatever, if I ever am trying to figure things out on my own versus asking for help is always the easier, faster, and least expensive solution. Okay, ask people who have been there before. That always seems to work the best. So for those of you that don't know, we're going to be doing a live event in Austin starting Sunday. Now the event's sold out, so unfortunately you can't come to it if you want to, but you could come to the next one. But we are going to live stream it, and the advantage of something like this, if you're thinking about like, okay, what's going on in these markets, is that typically when we do a class, it's kind of like one person and one concept. But the purpose of these online kind of get-togethers or live events is that we bring everybody together. So you get, instead of listening to one person for a couple of days, you get 10 people's perspectives on what's going on, and you get a ton of tools in your toolbox to use for these markets. Now, for those of you that I don't know if you know Danielle, but she works with us now, but it was interesting for her. She had reached a point in her life where she was kind of struggling and didn't know where to turn, and her dad said, look, I got a solution for you. And has been with us for a while. He's like, you can work from home, raise your son, and eventually, make enough money to get by. Just learn how to trade options from these guys. And so Danielle said, I can trace the turning point to when I attended the Simpler Trading Mentorship in Austin with my dad. That one event sparked a revolution in my life. And now, 3 years later, you know, not only she's trading up a storm, and she works for us. She like moved from Seattle to Austin, and she's been great. But that's the kind of impact that something like this can have, because it's a mentoring type environment. You're getting data from all over. You know, if you're at the live event, you're making lifelong friends. But even if you're attending online, there's still that community aspect there that you can participate from. So there are a couple of cool bonuses with this class I wanted to tell you about real quick. So you do get myself and Henry's Options 101 class, just to get you up to speed to options if you are not already. Carolyn's Fast Fibonacci for day traders. In this kind of environment, it is so important to understand levels, because the action's so fast, there's not time for things like squeezes and stuff like that to actually build up. Bruce's Beginner's Guide to Greeks. If you understand the Greeks and the options, it does make this environment a lot easier. And then Neil and John, that's me, A to Z Guide to Trading Futures. So you can buy all 4 of these courses on our site for $1,988. But we're just giving them away or including them with this. And then also, as a bonus, I've got a course that I did a couple of years ago called the Elephant class, and it's identifying rare situations with the potential for 1,000% gains, and it's by far one of the most popular classes I've ever done, and it produced more aha moments than any other class. Now, this course is actually locked away in our archives, and you can't even buy it. However, we are dusting it off. It's totally applicable today, especially in this environment, and we're also giving it away as a bonus with this online and live version of the class. So we have a great group that's going to be here. It'll be a lot of fun, and if you guys are interested in this, you can go to simplertrading.com/livestream and attend the online version of this 3-day workshop for $997. And again, you get like $2,500 worth of classes. The live event itself is $4,000. So it's a great way. Somebody asked today, it's like, well, why is a live event $4,000 and online $997? Okay, it's like, okay, obviously lunch isn't that good, right? But in the live event, there's other things we're doing. We're going to be playing poker together. We have a cocktail reception. There's costs obviously involved in throwing a live event. So, you know, by not participating in the live event, you don't get that full experience. However, you get all of the education and all the courses for just $997. So anyway, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It starts on Sunday at noon Central. We're going to be talking about strategies, mental. We're bringing in a sports psychologist who we've worked with, who's great on mental conditioning, and then of course doing live trading, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you at the next update.